So about just over a week ago, so that'd be a week on Friday, I finished Mafia, the Old Country, which is a game that I've actually been really hyped about, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm just gonna give you how I felt about the game. Obviously on TikTok I basically talked about it, but I'm gonna basically break break it all down basically and tell you how I feel about the game. So there's going to contain a lot of spoilers. So if you want to at avoiding spoilers, then this video is not for you. Go and play the game. Go now. Play the game. So personally, for me, I really enjoyed this game. I thought this game definitely felt like it could have been Mafia 1, but I'm not mad about it because I'm glad they went back. And the fact that they were using horses in the game just shows you how early this game is set in, and I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the fact that we got the choice sometimes to either use a car or take a horse. For me, obviously, I always took the car because what I like about Mafia is the driving, and it's always been good. I felt like there wasn't much authority in the game either. Like the police, I guess the guards are what you would call the authorities. The guards, especially the stealth missions, you can definitely. The stealth missions were always fun. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I did like the stealth in this. I think the stealth was amazing, and the combat in this game was really good as well. And the way that we just saw right there, like the way you can sharpen your knife as well, so you can go for like a stab kill. I really did like that. I thought that was really neat to put in the game. But again, like there is definitely more than one playthrough in this game. I'm yet to do another playthrough, so I might wait until we start streaming this over on Twitch and doing the whole franchise. Because you know me, I like to have a plan in place when it comes to streaming. So when we stream a game, we stream the franchise. It's what we do around here. So I do like not just the combat. I like the weapons we can have as well. But the only thing I think is I do feel like the shotgun is overpowered. I don't know if that's just me. I feel like the rifle's a bit weak. That could just be me. But the way we can use throw knives as well is a good way to deal with stealth. It is a really good way. It saves you just walking up to every single, guard and be like, yeah, let's choke him out, or let's kill him, let's throw a knife. It's just so much easier. It's more convenient that way as well. I really do feel like this game gave us a convenient way to stealth, and just the story by itself. And I just think the story is just really good. They did really well with the story. It's not a particularly long game either, and I do feel like they did really well with the story. They did really well, and the gameplay, the graphics, the game looks so neat. And I'm glad they kind of moved away from what Mafia 3 was. Because Mafia 3 to me, I do like the game. I personally, I do like the game. It's one of the Mafia games I haven't finished yet, which we will get around to doing. But I do feel like when they remade Mafia 1, that was the direction we need to go at. I really did like that. And there's a lot of Easter eggs in this game as well. Like there is a lot which we're going to talk about. And I really like that. I really like having games with Easter eggs because it just gets you more excited. But wait, that's a throwback to a previous game. It's nice having something like that. And I really do just like how they interment like things from other previous entries. I do really like that. And I think Enzo as a character is amazing. Like I did like Enzo compared to how he was at the start of the game, where he was working in the mines for his friend, to what he became. He became a big part of the family, and I really did like that. I thought that was amazing how he changed. He did anything for the family. He would never say no. He was kind of like the yes guy. He's like, if the Don wanted him to do something, Enzo is just like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, he didn't ask questions because I think he just wanted to not so much be a part of the family. I think he wanted to mean something. I think he wanted his legacy to mean something, and that's exactly what Enzo did, and that's what I like because it changes him as a character altogether, and that's what I like about this game. It really does change him as a character, you know, and it's like we went from a young boy trying to escape from a situation where he felt like he was trapped to a point where he becomes a man and joins the Mafia in Sicily. I think it's amazing. It is truly amazing. One of my favourite missions is definitely this one here, where we have this wedding to go to, and the other family are attacking us. And it's one of my favourite missions because it's a bit of everything. It's a bit of parkour in this mission as well. And I like this, and obviously we take Isabella over to this location. Bodies are dropping like ants, like people are dying, and it's amazing. But it's definitely like if you're looking to get into a different type of game, and you're a big fan of the Godfather movies, Goodfellas. This is the game for you. Like, it's up to you how you play it. Like, you can definitely play the old country first, but my suggestion is you definitely play the first one or the remake, because I think the first one, the original, is hard to get a hold of. I know they had it on PC back in the day. I think it was on PlayStation 2, I think, at some point. But you're probably best off getting the remake, and especially if you want to play all these games, you can definitely pick these games up for a reasonable price. But again, this is definitely one of my favourite missions. It's a bit of like strategy. I don't think I struggled on this mission as much when I did my playthrough. I think it was more or less of just waiting for the right moment to move, and it's just a lot of just, you can take damage, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, I wouldn't worry too much if you take damage, because I think I took a little bit of damage, but I like the healing system in this game as well. It's something that I actually want to talk about. The healing system in this game is pretty neat. It's not like Mafia 3 or Mafia 1 remake where you have to go to a cabinet. You can just loot up these bits and pieces. So let's talk about the characters. Cesare, or Cesare, don't know how to say his name. I did like him at the start. Then I realised that, because now he's like a part of this family. He's actually the Don's nephew. He's Isabella's cousin. You just know how it's all going to go towards the end. Like, we can sense it. So again, like with the characters, I think one of my favourite characters, might be my favourite character apart from Enzo, is Isabella. So to me, this game is like Mafia life, but we've also got a love interest. And as soon as we met Isabella, I had a hunch that she was going to be a love interest, and I just had a feeling that the fact that we kept trying to stay away from her, I just told myself, this isn't going to end well. It really isn't. It's going to end pretty bad, and I don't like that. I really don't like it when it ends all bad. And obviously at the end, it does end pretty bad, We try to get to America with Isabella, and we get caught, and it's like, wow. I didn't see this coming. I mean, I think it was obvious we were going to get caught in the end. But it is what it is, and obviously the price we have to pay is our death. I mean, we do get to kill the Don, which is pretty neat, and we do fight Cesare beforehand, and obviously we choose not to kill Cesare because he's our friend, and I can see why we didn't go through with that, because Cesare is our friend. Choose not to kill him, and obviously Cesare kills us, and I don't know, but maybe that means he gets to run the Mafia now, or what's left of the Mafia, because we basically clear house, and it becomes like a war pit, and then Isabella goes to America by herself, and that's in the game basically. The ending to me just made sense. I feel like it kind of leaves an open world where we can make all these theories. I've seen a lot of people on TikTok saying Isabella's Tommy's mum, but it can't be true because Tommy was born around this. Basically, I think 1900 he was born, but she could definitely probably be like Vito's grandmother or something, or Joe's grandmother. That's definitely possible, but I feel like they'll probably put a few more entries in the Mafia franchise, because I feel like this has definitely been a big hit because it's very popular on TikTok as of right now. They need to make more of these games, man, because the Mafia games are just amazing. Like 2K have been doing a good job with these Mafia games, and we haven't had a bad Mafia game in a while. I don't think we've ever had a bad Mafia game. I don't think Mafia 3 was a bad Mafia game. They just went a different direction, and I just don't think a lot of people liked it. For me, it's definitely not my favourite, but I don't hate it either. I think another thing with the Mafia games is you can probably start at any timeline really and make it a good game. All you need to do is think of a family name of the Mafia, and just think of a main character. But would it be cool to have a Mafia game where, but hear me out, would it be cool to have a Mafia game where you start as a newcomer, then eventually you just become the Don? I think that would be cool, instead of betraying the Mafia, because I think that's happened twice now. Do we have to always betray the Mafia? Can we just take over and get everyone, manipulate everyone to be on our side, and everyone be like, yeah, he's right, you should run things, you know the business. You could have a big timeline where you're there for 20 years. So let's say you start basically at a young age and then you end up being the Don. I think that would be a good idea, but again, I don't think we'll get anything like that, because I think with Mafia they like to have a sad ending, especially you've got Mafia 2 where you get the Fast and Furious ending where Joe's car goes in one direction and Vito's car keeps going and they never see each other again. Mafia 1, Tommy dies, which to me, as a fan of the franchise, I think we always saw Joe dying, Tommy dying, a possibility, but it was always going to happen because he was a rat basically. He had it coming. How the Mafia do things, he probably had it coming. He probably had it deserved as well for ratting the Mafia out. And people that think this stuff didn't happen, you've got to think to yourself again. This Mafia are a strict, family, and talking about my guy Luca as well. Let's put respect on his name. He, I think to myself, it kind of came to Enzo when Luca dies. I don't think I want this life. Isabella is pregnant with Enzo's kid, and he's maybe I don't want this life. Because Luca is Sam's dad. From Mafia 1, that guy that we have to kill at the end. Which is cool, a cool little Easter egg. We got Leo Galante in this game as well, which is awesome. A young Leo, which is a cool little, not really little Easter eggs. They're kind of big Easter eggs. I did like that. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a really cool thing to touch up on. There wasn't really a lot of chasing scenes, or chasing missions. I think there was 2, and I could swear Mafia 1 had a lot of them. And personally, when you're chasing someone in the car, I'd rather just take a car, but I understand why they got a horse, because a horse is probably typically faster. The races were fun in this game as well, and the Mafia games do like the races, and I don't think we had any of them in 3. You just, you just got to quote me on that. But I thought the racing missions were really fun. Like, we had a horse race, then we had a race with a really fast car, a race car, and it broke down, and you had to catch up with everyone. That took me a few tries because I just kept swerving and crashing and destroying the car. But yeah, just let me know in the comments what you thought of the game. If you played it, let me know. But this is just my review on the game. I thought this game was amazing. I thought it was definitely worth the wait. I'm not going to lie to anyone, I had very low expectations of this game. I thought it was just going to be one of those games where it would be alright, but no, this game blew my mind. I thought this game was amazing. And I can't wait for them to eventually announce in the coming years the next entry, because I'm sure the Mafia franchise is in good hands with 2K. But please let me know what you thought in the comments below. I'd have to give this game definitely, 10 out of 10. I thought the story was perfect, turned into a bit of a love story, and I thought it was really good to do that, because you can tell, Isabella and Enzo, they love each other. But let me know what you thought of the game in the comments below.